Hey guys, today I want to make a bit higher time frame video concentrating on why I think the higher probability right now is that the bottom is in already compared to what most people in the MT community, I would say, think they still are looking for 72K. I have a bit different viewpoint for that. I don't say it can't happen, but to me, probability wise, we hit already the bottom for now. So yeah, let's dive in. First, we start with total. On total, we hit the weekly HOB. We still have still higher time frame, but lower than the weekly level here, which coincides also nicely with the 0.886 FIB. So if we go to 72K, probably total will land somewhere in this area. So this is one case why X still can go down, but overall I still think because of other confluence that we'll see soon that we hit already the bottom. Let's see total 2. Total 2, we held the bigger higher time frame level and exactly went into another level here, which coincides also perfectly with the monthly demand level here and the FIB, which it didn't hit fully. But yeah, so it still holds strong here. The next total 2 target would be probably here around this demand level with the previous low. And this one here at the 480, which was a 2-week level here, HOB, and can be refined lower time frame in this area, which will be probably for the next crash, which I'm currently predicting around end of June. Early May to happen, early August to happen. So yeah, we also here rejected perfectly the level. It ended exactly at the monthly demand level. So this looks also very much like a bottom right now. On others, we also hit, I think it was the, let's see which one it was. The weekly, I think it was, yeah, the weekly demand level. And also the bit lower time frame HOB here, which we hit 2 times already. So the bottom is very likely in here also. Like there's not much below it really that we can go to. And the next target is also here, here for the next bear market. Okay. So we have this one done, which also like quite bottom. Then others BTC. Looks very bottom, so it hit the trend line from here, from like way back in the days of 2016. The trend line goes here, was quickly broken, but only a bit, and it went crazy up. Here was the second hit, and now we are the third hit, and for the weekly it still holds the trend line nicely, and we actually hit on the 2 weeks. There was a really nice 2-week HOB, which it hit only for a second and then went right back up into the trend line. So this is also a very good sign of being bottom. There's not much below it besides some demand levels. So that is not too bad. Then the lower level, which would be probably for the next bear market, is here, which would be then probably, yeah, all odds would be destroyed at that point. As this, then the big other one, which I want to take into account is lower levels. Okay, here, which is the wick off. So what I see here is a clear wick off distribution level on USDT, which a 3 drive here. We had a nice 3 drive here. I thought initially that we will hit it later and hit this level, which is not really strong. I wouldn't call it strong in any way, but it lined up with FIBO. So I thought initially we would go here, which would coincide around the 70 to 72K BTC range, but it hit the 3 drive beforehand, which you can see here. And this is basically the whole, I think I did it on the 4-hour time frame. The whole distribution schematic of wick off, which is not perfect, but it's quite nice. And so far, when I drew it here, I think was it, I drew how it would go on further. So far, it follows it perfectly. It went not that far down as I thought. So it went up, then it goes now down to the LPSI. Then it might go back up here. And then we see the sign of strength, which probably rejects quite strongly here, or at least quite a good amount. Then we go here and we go down to our target of 3.3. So that's how I'm currently seeing it. Obviously, like, there could be still a chance we go here, but it's really not strong level. So for me, USDT just overshot here and came back to the general region that we had before of 4.5, around 4.2. So that's my view here. Then why I also think we already hit the bottom is that was my main scenario that I wanted to see on BTC, that we close this huge CME gap here. So that was for me a key liquidity level that needs to close for us to go to a next all-time high, wherever it might be, and it closed it perfectly, basically on the dot. It closed it, it didn't hit the higher time frame key level here, but to me, in confluence with Total 2 others and else BTC, it's very likely that the bottom is already in. And that's why I can see MT already having bought in around here on the lows, some of the spot already. And in regards to potential targets for Bitcoin, I can see, so this was my initial target, which perfectly hit. We trace from, we saw 2, normally what you see on these higher time frame key levels, you get more than one reaction there. So we saw 1 nearly hit it, and then huge reaction down, and then we saw a second hit with another strong reaction that went now down fully to close the CME gap. What I can see now, so there's 2 different scenarios I can see which already played out quite well. So it went up here, it went down back here like I thought, it went back up. Now there's 2 different scenarios. So the one that we go back here to the trend line, which would be now around here then if we go down. Yeah, so we could go up to here maybe, to the 87, 88K range, which is here a lower time frame, or like middle lower time frame level here, and then go straight down to the third hit of the quite higher time frame trend line here. It goes here, 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 and then here would be the second hit. Or what we can also do is go directly up, and I can see the target from higher time frame perspective. We can very likely hit the 125 to 122, 125K range, maybe. So it will be the 3 drive, which needs to hit end of April. Or maybe we go higher. It would be the 150K, but 145, 148K, but that's more unlikely to happen short term. And yeah, so this is BTC. That's how I see currently. So to me, probability-wise, with looking at everything, to me, it's more likely that the bottom is already in. We slowly creep down to 3.3%. I can see a wick into the 3% area with some FIB extension here, but only a wick very quickly, and then probably go back to 3.3%, range here probably for a bit as a distribution on BTC and everything, and then go back up, and then very likely to this range here more, which would be the 7.2 to 7.5 point range. An extended target, very extended target would be the 8% range.